Hi everyone, I've got another video tutorial here. Today I want to be showing you how to use Google Sites. Google Sites is a tool for making websites for free using Google. So if you have a Google account, it's free to use it. There's some positives and negatives, and I'll sort of discuss that as we go here. So to get to it, you could just literally Google Sites, or you can go into your little menu here, and you'll find it right here. It says Sites. And for me, it's a little bit different because I don't know why, but mine always defaults to the old Google Sites. So I'm going to click on New Google Sites, and this is probably what you're going to see, something more like this. And I've got some old sites that I've worked with before, but what I'm going to do is create a new one. Click the plus sign, and I'll show you what a new Google site will look like. Okay, so this is my new Google site. I'm going to give you just a demo of some of the tools that you can do. I don't want it to be a super long video, but I'll show you a few things that I would look out for. So let's say, for example, so what this is a website right now. So if I were to, say I wanted some web content or anything like that, that's the whole point of this thing, is to make a website. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's call this Mr. Oops. Oh, must be something new there. Let's not worry about that right now. Mr. Rozon's bio. So this is like my header up here. And down here, I can go and add stuff in. So I can add in a text box, for example, and I can start typing some things in. So here are some facts about me. And then I can type in a bunch of different things. So you can put text in, no problem. You can add in an image, no problem at all. So say, for example, I know on my desktop, there's a picture, my son was working on Roblox. Okay, so I can put an image in, no problem if I want. Now notice they're coming in as almost like these horizontal sections. If you want to do different styles of sections, like something like this, you can click this and then just fill each spot in. So you can add in different images, or you can embed YouTube videos. There's all kinds of things. So, flag battle. So you can put a picture there, and we can put some text. So it's basically just like a template almost. You can fill in whatever you'd like. And again, these are sort of like sections, so you can move these if you want. You can have the little thing here, and you can move this around. You can delete them as well. You can also duplicate them. And you can even change the background. So say this one here, maybe we'll do a different color, for example. You could do things like that. There's a lot of little minor things, and I can't go through every single thing here. You can do embed codes. So say, for example, YouTube sometimes will allow you to share a link with an embed code. You can do that. You can embed things from Google Drive. So if you've got a spreadsheet, whatever, and you want to put it on your page, you can. What else can you put in? Dividers, buttons, YouTube videos, you can put them in very easily. So if I wanted to put in a YouTube video at the bottom here, I could just find one. Let's say I find a video about Canada. And here we go, best places to visit. Select it. And there we go, we got our video in Canada right now. Now again, it went into a different section, but you can do it into one of these if you wanted. You can put maps in, which is really cool. So you can actually specify a location. So if you take a map and we type in, let's say, Toronto, Canada. Okay, and we can hit select. And I will have like a live map right now, and the user can interact with the map as well. And you can stretch it bigger, I believe, if you want. Stuff like that. And again, you can rearrange all this stuff however you like. And you can have, like I said, you can have a map on one side with some text on the other. There's all kinds of things. It's just a matter of what are you going to put on your page. You can also do multiple pages. So you could add in a second page, and it'll create like a menu for you, which is really nice. So I'm just going to call this thing page 2, just to show you. And it automatically makes a menu system for me, which is really, really good. Last thing we could do is we could change the theme. So in our whole document right now, there's certain themes that it gives me. Um, you can select them however you'd like. You can change a little bit, like the fonts. You get a couple different choices for fonts, a couple different choices for colors. But it's meant to be idiot proof, so there's not a whole lot you can do here. I believe you can change the background image. So like right now with this theme, it's got like this pine cone and the wood. You can change that if you want. But you don't get tons and tons of customization. With Google Sites, it's meant to be very, very, very much idiot proof, so that it's hard to screw it up. I'll be honest. The hardest part is just putting your content in, right? What are you going to write? So it's very simple to insert whatever you need to insert into your document. So there's just a few little details just to show you here. Make sure you name your site. So I'm going to call my site Mr. Rozon's Bio 2020. That changes right here as well. If you want to preview it, okay, to preview your site, you click this button right here. So you can see what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like on my computer. So it's got a page 2. This is what the second page looks like. Right now I didn't put any content there, but that's how you navigate your pages. You can see what it looks like on a phone, and that is a really neat feature. Making websites show up nicely on a phone is not very easy to do sometimes, and Google Sites makes it really, really easy. You don't have to worry about anything. It took me 2 seconds to make this page. The menu is a bit different for mobile, so it shows up on the left, but it definitely does work. You can also see what it looks like on a tablet as well, or an iPad. So very similar stuff. Okay, so let's get out of here. And what else can I show you about this? You can go undo and redo and things like that. The last thing that I would probably watch for is when you publish. Okay, so if I'm going to publish this, what happens for me is that it gives me part of my URL already. Basically, from here to here, I don't get a choice in that. So I'm part of the Thunder Bay Catholic School Board. So we use Google Apps for all of our stuff. So that's what it's giving me right here. If you're using a regular Google account, it probably just has sites.google.com. It would not have this part right here. This part at the end, where it says Mr. Rozon's Bio 2020, it's generated that from the site name I gave it. I can change it to whatever I want, really. I can put Mr. Rozon 2020. Maybe I don't want the dashes in there. You can edit it, but basically all you're doing is playing with that little piece at the end of the URL. That's all you can really change. I believe you can actually publish to your own domain and stuff, but you may have to pay for that. But for the free stuff, this is definitely all you can do. Now, another thing to be very careful about. For me, right now, I want to see the permissions on this. So who can view my site? Right now, it says anyone at the Thunder Bay Catholic School Board can see it. And for me personally, that's what I want right now. Okay, I'm doing this in the context of a school. So I'm doing it for anyone at my school. They can find it and they can see it. Okay, you can change that. So you can change it, for example, for anyone in the entire world. So if I was making a site, say for, maybe I've got a relative that's got a store or something, I want the entire world to see it, I can do that. For me, because I'm part of a school district, this came automatically, and that's my default right here, okay? If you're really concerned about publishing things, you can actually specify specific people who can see it. So you can invite people with Google accounts. That way only they can see it and you don't have to worry about anybody else. For me, I'm not really worried about if other students or other teachers see it. I'm going to leave it on this setting, but I would advise people not to use this one unless you want everyone in the whole world to be able to potentially see it. In which case, that's the point most of the time of a website is to do that. But it's just something to be aware of. These are the permissions on here. And again, you can invite other people to edit it if you want. Yeah. So let's publish it and let's take a look at what we got. Okay, the site has been published successfully. I can view it. I can also view it up here. So I can view my published site. Okay. So here's my published site. Right here, this is the nice, easy URL to my site. This is what you want to use if you want to share this with somebody else, or if you want to email this or someone can take a look at your site, use this link right here. because this is the publish link. It's going to be very easy and it looks the way it's supposed to look. Sometimes what happens is people will share this link right here. This is the editing link. This is the link I'm using to edit this. This is not like your final copy. It's not the way you want to share it. Again, what I would do is look at your published site, excuse me, copy this address, and this is what I would like you to share, or if you want to share or send it to somebody, because this is the link that's to your final piece of work right here. So again, here's my little website. I showed you some of the features of it. I didn't go into tons of detail. This is Google Sites is something that you can play with it. You can figure this stuff out. It's not that difficult, and just experiment. You can't really screw it up. I'll be honest. It's meant to be idiot proof. Um, I've never seen anyone have any major issues using this site before. And again, it's a quick and easy way of making a website. So hopefully you learned something new. It's really, really good. Again, it's free to use. It doesn't have all the features of some other website building things like Wix and Squarespace, things like that. They're more complex and they have a lot more features than this. But again, you want something quick, something easy. This is what you want for sure. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you learned something about Google Sites.